Welcome back, everybody, to another episode here in Aaru. I am so excited for today. We have a whole nother tier that we are going to be taking care of. Last episode, we built out this quarter of the Green District, and I am loving it so far. Obviously, there's a lot to do, for these houses don't have windows, but we're going to focus in on something else today. This is going to be our yellow district. And what I would like to do is differentiate these, or the green district from the yellow, by doing a little bit differently. What I would like to do, and the other thing is I would like to add a little bit of space. Not a ton, because we still want this city to be packed in and feel kind of big. But we do want to add in a little bit of space. So I'm thinking what we can do is, I don't know how big this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that'll give us a nice area. And this is going to be one of our houses. Now, this was not necessarily a good plan, but what we can do is, this is something that I was doing as well that I really enjoyed, and I think it turned out pretty darn nicely. So, adding in kind of some of these shapes, kind of down, similar to down here, but we're on a much bigger scale. And then we're going to have a little bit of space between these houses. I don't want a ton of space, but I want enough. So I think what we'll do is kind of come out to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think 11 is good for there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One thing I really like is in this district here, what I was doing was adding small front porches to some of these buildings. Like some of these are just not possible. I was trying to eat and I placed blocks. Good job. But yeah, some of these houses are not going to be possible to fit in these, but I think if we can do it, we should. And 3, and then I think we're going to kind of focus in on this being kind of the entryway, and then the rest of the house is going to kind of open up here. And we'll go here, and I think what we'll do is kind of bring it in like so. And you can kind of see these houses are significantly larger than these. So these are going to be a little bit more wealthy. And yeah, it's just going to provide a nice little floor plan for some of these. So I'm going to go ahead and get these houses laid out all the way through on this quarter. And I will be right back with you guys. Well, we have all of the buildings laid out here, and I am so excited for this neighborhood. I can't wait. I have done some really interesting shapes here, and I really wanted to kind of focus in on doing that and making some visual interest for this area. Kind of similar how I did with these. I did not want to make two buildings too similar. So some of them are going to look very, very close, but they're going to have their own flair to them, and that's kind of the idea that I had. You can also see that while they are packed in, they are not nearly as tight as the Green District, because this land up here would be a little bit more expensive, but the people here would be able to pay for a little bit more. The building I would like to build up here with you guys right now is actually going to be this one. I have a a pretty interesting shape here. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a little challenging to stay within the overall theming of this, but I think we're going to do pretty darn well. So one thing I am doing here, as you can see, is these parts are not actually going to be walls. This is laying out the front patio here. So I'm thinking we're going to have slabs here that open up, and then we'll probably have a door somewhere in one of these areas here. And the same goes for the other area over here. The reason I wanted this is because I'm kind of thinking that we're going to make this into more of a apartment building. So maybe we'll have a couple different apartments in here. And really, it's probably going to be 4. And I think we're going to have 2 layers up top, which would have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the bottom part here would be kind of like a lobby area and the like. So we have that. And some of these buildings as well is the difference here is going to be they're going to be 1 up. So you're going to have a walkway, and then you're going to be at this level of the floor. So this 3 is not going to do the same as it did down in the green district. So what we have is 1, 2, and then if we go up 2 more, that's going to be kind of it for the height. So then if we do that 3rd one, this is going to be either this is going to be the floor for the next part. Well, we have the building in place, and it is looking pretty darn nice. I like it a lot. We've got 2 entrances here, and I may have had a lot of mobs. Oh man, yeah. I worked into the night a little bit, and there were a lot of mobs. Oh, look, there's another one. Goodbye. But yeah, so I'm super happy. I decided to keep it at 2 levels, and we've basically made it into basically 2 separate houses, which I like actually for this size. I was thinking about making it, you know, basically 1 floor would be 1 apartment, but then I was like, you know what? I think having two houses in this, or 2 apartments, would be ideal for this size of building. But oh, and then the other thing is we also got the tops done. So super happy with this. What I would like to do now is get all of these buildings built up so that we can move on to the next one. So let's go ahead and hop into time-lapse mode. Well, we at least got the outside parts of the buildings done now. And I am really liking the feel of this. This feels a lot more grand. And while it does have quite a bit more open feeling to it, it does still feel city-like. So you do still feel like you are in the middle of a city, and everything is kind of packed in as tightly as possible. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out so far. And yeah, there is still quite a lot of work to do, but I am not upset by it by any means. One thing that I will have to do is get all of the roof in with the carpets and everything. That will be done pretty darn quickly here. But what I wanted to do before is I kind of wanted to start the planning for the next district, because this is going to be obviously the smallest district other than the palace, but this is going to be the largest buildings. So we're going to see some significant changes in how we do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And here's what I would like to do. Actually, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to run this along to roughly about here. And we're going to bring this. And I actually think I am going to follow the wall. I did that by accident, but I think it'll turn out to be okay. We'll come here. And I think what we'll do is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll come up to this point, and then we'll do that, I believe. Now, you know what? Let's just kind of chop it off more directly, like this. So as you can see, this is a significantly larger footprint than what we've done over here with most of these. And this is just going to provide quite a bit more housing, I guess. And I would like to do, because we have a few buildings that are 3 levels, but I want these to be the main tall ones. So these are going to be pretty darn tall. So, and I would like to kind of start and do something along these lines here for this one. And I think what we'll do is come all the way out to here, kind of start it coming this way. We'll bring it in out to here, bring it in again, and then this will be our house. And for the same basic idea that we had with this, I want there to be a little bit more space. So what we're going to do is bring this in here like so. So now you got a little bit, well, that's not quite as much space as I was kind of thinking about. So let's bring it into here. I think this will add a few more. Oh yeah, perfect. And in fact, we're going to do this. And then Let's see. It's a little challenging with the shape of these, but what we could possibly do, let's try this. And then we can bring the house out like so, adding just a little bit more difference here. We'll bring it up to here. There we go. All right. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of mark out the last few buildings here for this, and then we can get on to building these up and finishing off this project for today. This is starting to feel pretty darn great. So, let me go ahead and finish this, and I will be right back. Well, guys, unfortunately, I have run out of time for today's episode. I have started completing these buildings over here in the yellow district. So you can see we've got some interesting designs and everything, but I cannot finish for a couple of reasons. My computer is just not handling it, and basically I have to get this video done tonight if I want any chance of keeping my upload schedule. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to let it go and cool off and calm down. As you can see, it's starting to get real jittery, and I am dropping frames like nobody's business. I am not running shaders either, as you could probably tell as well, and I'm getting about 150 frames, and those will drop down to right there. It dropped down to 39. So, unfortunately, I do not have the ability to continue. But thank you guys so much for joining me in this episode. Hopefully, we can finish this off and start on the big palace for next episode. Thank you guys again. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you really enjoyed it and want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But guys, that is going to do it for me today. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next episode.